Take a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? Scroll with me down this wild mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams we're early endlessly. Oh, we'll see bulls and bears in fantasy. Every post's a prophecy.
It's nothing make-believe.
If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Oh, scroll with me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a chart in crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23.
Trust the vibe, ignore the spreadsheet.
If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Scroll with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traitors? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Scroll with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free.
In one day, in one same tweet.
If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
Hello, GM. It has been so long since I've been with my G Scrollers. I was in Miami all week, being humid as fuck. So that is the vibes. But we got Van Gogh in the chat saying G Scroll leading us off really strong. We got Maven in the chat saying, hey, dude, lift. And I say, hey, Maven. AP lifts. AP and Monty in the chat with the dude with the kerning, as they call it in the biz. So shout out to you all. Monty says, welcome back. Dude, I feel welcome back. So thank you. Much appreciated. If you hear some insanely loud noises today, they're replacing our roof at our house. So hey, it just be like that. I mean, they're just fucking brap, brap on the roof, because that's how they repair it today. They just look at it and like, bomba clap, brap, and that's how they repair the roof. So that's what happens. But alas, I missed you all. I missed CT. Of course, I was still scrolling because how can you not? But glad to be back in the saddle on this beautiful Monday morning, Monday, May 11th. And dude, let's go ahead and get into it. For those of you who don't know, my name is Dude Lives. This is Scroll With Me. This is where this is a collective experiment, social experiment, performative art, whatever you want to call it, where we scroll the crypto Twitter timeline together. We try to discern the vibes. We try to separate the true from the false, the wheat from the chaff, and see what's the deal. Monty says, what are these headphones? I'm always wearing these headphones, but maybe on sometimes you can't see them because of my clothes. But they're like in-ear monitors, helps me hear the music and whatever. And sometimes, when I'm on my didgeridoo, maybe I want to hear the sound of my own voice. Maybe I want to be like, and I want to hear that. So I can. So yeah, that answers that. Let's begin to scroll. We've got Andy here from the roll up. Venice is trading at $17 a token today. Let's let's just see here. Let's do some quick moon math here. I know it's not as painful. Okay. So I bought some VVV back in 2025. So let me back this up here. And once again, I apologize for the noise. I can see the mic, and so I can But so David Hoffman from Bankless was like, how do I what's the fundamentals behind VVV? How do I know what's the deal? Give me the bull case in 3 sentences. And I was like, the bull case is I bought it usually 12 months early. I'm literally always 12 months early, 6 to 12 months. And I sold it for a loss, which is literally always how it happens. Did I buy Bitcoin in 2015? Yes. Did I lose money on Bitcoin in 2015? Yes. Because I'm a paper-handed little bee, And so I bought VVV. I think I had 252 VVV tokens. Just checked the Rally app just to confirm how down bad I am. Spent, 2 stacks of High Society on it. Sold it for $900. What would it be worth today? 4 stacks of High Society, a clean 2x. So because I bought at the local top as well. So yeah. For more trading advice, follow me or subscribe. What do we got here? We got Michael K says, G Meta. You can do your own research trying to piece together claims or airdrops, or you can just open your MetaMask wallet and see everything in one place. What are you waiting for? Yeah, honestly, pretty dope. And shout out to the team at The Miracle. We got Bosu Kev in the chat with GM. Shout out to Bosu Kev. Great storyteller, great builder in the space. So yeah, the reward stuff, MetaMask is pretty awesome. I'm one of those people who have been using MetaMask since 2021 consistently. I have all the other ones too, just in case. But where do I go when I'm looking at my shit? I go to MetaMask because I have muscle memory, and that's who I am. Have I used it through its ups and downs? Yes. But will I continue to use it? Also, yes. Was I minting things on MetaMask Mobile in 2022? Yes. Was the experience terrible? Also, yes. Let's see here. Neil says, less interested in the $100 million fundraisers of projects competing in a crowded space and more interested in the sub $5 million fundraisers of companies building entirely new categories. That's what I'm talking about. I actually owe a response to Justin Taylor because I was at Disneyland and we were kind of messaging back and forth, but I was trying my best not to be on Twitter. He was kind of asking, like, what's the deal with Doodles AI? So I need to go back and message him. I owe him a response there. But he's basically talking about like product market fit. He goes like, what customer need are you solving? And I'm like, and I don't want to take the cop out and be like, brother, we're trailblazing a new category. What are you talking? If you want to get like really into comps, it's like there is some customer demand for like avatar creation and other stuff like this and image generation and and we can go on and on and on. But there is a little bit of kind of like blue sky. It's like, yeah, we're taking like a series of concurrent bets. You know what I mean? It's like we bet that people will like the Doodles IP once it gets more brand exposure and we gain brand affinity. And we bet they will want to create user-generated content because we bet that people will want to become content creators if the tools, are available to them, and they haven't been in the past because everyone wants to be a content creator these days. It's number one, trending fucking career that everyone wants to be. It's like a series of bets. We're parlaying, my guy. And if the parlay hits, the vibes on a good parlay. Curtis in the chat saying, G-Scroll legends. G-Scroll to you, sir. We got Tyler. I always want to say Tyler Gyat, but that feels disrespectful. Lot of NFT green. It makes me happy to see. So stoked to see some awesome projects crushing, rightfully so, dude. Absolutely. Dude, I met this Meow team in Miami, and it was like one of those, it was kind of funny. They were like, oh, those are the Meow guys. Like, they're making money. Everyone's like, they're profitable. It was great. Well, I made a Mac video editor that auto zooms, cleans audio, and captions. Dude, that's sick. Dude, people just be, you know what I mean? We got Cato Dan here saying, I'm hiring is once again back at all-time high levels for engagement. Don't fall for it. Most of these opportunities are a waste of time. Dude, here's what I'm saying. Put your money where your mouth is. Last time I was hiring for a role for Flow, I made a tweet about it. If Nikita says, "Oh, what has Twitter ever done for you?" One, it's given me everything. But it's like I was like, I need to find a job. And dude, I got the resumes. Our talent guy is great. He was going through the resumes, sending me resumes, and I was like, bro, here's the thing. I got to read all these resumes, and then I got to interview these folks. Each interview, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It adds up. And I was like, you know what? I'm taking it to the timeline. I am taking it to the timeline. So I made a video seeking out someone, and I had a series of criteria. It was like supposed to be a meme competition, and then had this guy, Matt Gelazzo, come through, and he made a video. He goes like, hey, I hear that these are the rules, but let me tell you what's up. Here's why you should hire me. And I was like, this motherfucker understood the assignment. He broke through the noise. And this is not meant to be a trap. I did not seek out to go like, I'm going to find the person with the highest agency who breaks the rules and get my attention. But it's like, he understood the assignment behind the assignment. Right. And there was tons of good entries that totally played by the rules. And he was like, you know what? Fuck this. And it worked. He got the job. So there you go. We got Jorge here say gaming looks good here, dude. Jorge was a great guy. Oh, what the hell, dude? I think my mouse just died during G scroll. Oh, this is let's it's already plugged in. Oh wait, I have a trackpad. I'm on a laptop. Oh hell yeah, look at the fucking ingenuity on this guy. Talk about being high agency. Trackpad dies, used separate external trackpad dies, realize that I'm on a laptop and I can use the trackpad. Talk about high agency. Wow, he does it again. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, he was like, I made $4 million. Dude, Charbel, you got me. You got me with that hook, and I respect it. Because I knew he was kind of cooking in the AI space. I was like, did he absolutely cook? Let's see. Okay, this is interesting. So Zeneca says, I'm overhauling my entire AI agent workflow. Yeah, when I was in Miami, I had some ideas. I have these ideas, man, about how to kind of overhaul. I'm doing some stuff internally at Doodles, and I was like, I won't reveal too much, but one of the kind of magic parts, I've talked to a few companies about this, about like AI agents, OpenClaw, Hermes, all this stuff is, in my mind, AI, ChatGPT, Claude, all that stuff was magical, of course. But the difference that OpenClaw and Hermes and all this stuff was extra magical is because previously it was pull. I had to go to it. I had to request information. I had to pull information from the LLM. And then OpenClaw and Hermes was push. And that was like the major difference, right? It's the same reason why I think scheduled transactions on chain and things like this will actually be the kind of next big thing on chain, which is why Flow is ahead of that, because it's that push, right? How do I push? How do I have things that are autonomously transacting on chain? It's not me requesting every single thing. And so I think OpenClaw and Hermes are similar in that way. And so I kind of took that like a step further in my mind, and that's kind of where I'll leave that. But because I'm already working on some interesting stuff. I'm just being vague. I'm just vague posting at this point, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up. We'll keep going. Dude, Mutant Monday. What up? Mebits.football. Oh, interesting. I honestly didn't understand this activation a ton, but now there's a countdown. I'm intrigued. You got me with a classic countdown. Good for you, Bojangle guy. Let's see here. How to buy the Swatch times AP Royal Pop. Dude. What do you know about the G-Shock times AP? No, I'm just kidding. No, but they I feel like, so there's this G-Shock watch. I got it in Japan, and I feel like they have some name for it. It's not, I want to call it like the Royal Joke, but it's totally not that, but that's a fucking great name for it. But it's like an octagonal G-Shock, which is very reminiscent of the Royal Oak. But so I'm watching these watches closely. I'm watching them. We have news. We're we're welcoming the Pipio team to Riverside. They built Edit Yourself, a model that lets you edit your own footage without reshoots or avatars. Oh, sick. Cool. Cool. Dude, Squirtle Squad in Doodles form? Wait. This is sick. That's fantastic. Speaking of David Hoffman from earlier, 3x7, 35-pound weighted pull-ups. Dude, respect. Shout. Just straight up respect. I'll tell you. Your boy is not a is not a small boy. Some may call me a thick boy. Depends on how many C's you add. But when I was doing my strength and conditioning internship, we had our programming. We were supposed to be doing these workouts, and so I was working with some guys who were. For those of you who don't know about the strength and conditioning industry, a lot of these strength and conditioning coaches are small. It's just the name of the game. It's just, they're like horse jockeys. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's like those who can't do teach kind of vibe. Don't mean to insult all my short kings, but just the nature of the biz. So they could fucking bang out some pull-ups. Your boy, clocking in at 250, not as much. But what I did learn is that you can even train yourself there. There's banded weight, there's banded stuff and all kinds of other stuff. But you can even do these eccentric pull-ups that are really great training to get you there. So you essentially jump up and then like lower yourself down slowly. So there's some workout alpha for anybody who is interested. Oh, forgot my mouse is dead again. Let's keep going. We've got a little mint here. Floor price 0.0043. Dude, honestly, Rock Soul in the chat saying GM. Dude, GM, shout out to Rock Soul. We get to meet for the first time in Miami, and we were vibing, dude. We were hanging out in the Boring Yachts, Speakeasy Cigar Lounge, which was super fun. And then I went and visited with him the next night at the Nolcha Show's party where he was doing some live art for St. Jude's Charity. So absolutely great guy, wonderful family, his wife and him. Great team. Dude, but maybe I need to readjust my perspective on these mints, because like I saw someone, they're like, yeah, I flipped 100 of these, I made $400, and I was like, oh. I don't know, maybe I'm a fucking asshole, but I was like, back in my day, that was gas, but hey, momentum is momentum. 330% floor price. So I'm only half joking, and honestly, this is the kind of signs of life that a lot of people are talking about. And it'll build its way up once we kind of continue to get greater and greater wealth effects for the participants. But we got Mr. G in the chat. Look at that PFP hot dog. G scroll to you, good sir. Let's see here. Ooh, I've been saying for a while, there's a lot of money to be made in AI service startups. Here we go. Today, we're launching the OpenAI deployment company to help businesses build and deploy AI. Dude, it's like the OpenClaw deployers. Honestly, the unethical guide to surviving AI layoffs. Oh, I really want to watch this. It just seems interesting. That just sounds super fun. Maybe it's going to be like become the AI guy. Dude, okay. I just jokingly thought about this. Like, I've made it's kind of tough when you're like building AI stuff, just kind of like within your company, making sure that it's very pass onable. Like that's something I always think about. Like, okay, if I was like morbid, but like getting a car accident, like would this agent be able to continue to run? I think about it for like software subscriptions, all that stuff too. And I know that this is kind of like standard fare for larger companies, but just something I'm always curious of. Maria in the chat saying GM, dude, look at the chat this morning. Look at the PFPs in the chat this morning. Just incredible technology. Claude AI is for the girls. Exit liquidity provided by Zirian. Dude, shout out to Zirian. Zirian and Privy had a wonderful dinner in Miami that a few of us got to attend, and it was great. So shout out to them. I'd never had stone crab before. I don't know why. I never had like a ton of crab, to be fair. I grew up going to Maine a lot when I was growing up, so we get lobster, but crab was never a big vibe. Mrs. and I are planning on going to Art Basel, Miami this year. Any other doodles going? Of course. Ooh, what do I got here? Big week for Azuki TCG in New York. Tuesday, 5/12. Learn to play nights kick off at legendary Greenwich Village Gaming Hub, The Uncommon. Thursday, 5:14, NYC locals with the crew. Dude, shout out to Zuki, dude. You know what's crazy is I haven't quite put this together until this very moment. I'm like excited about the Zuki TCG, bullish on them. But I'm like, you essentially have a team that's been like cooking for like 4 to 5 years now. A lot of artwork. They've like honed their craft, and then they're starting in the TCG space, which I feel like a lot of people who are breaking the TCG space like either contract it out to somebody else, kind of white label it, or it's like a smaller company. It's kind of like just getting started. But I like look at this, even this poster. I'm like, damn. Like they are just operating at a higher level, which I think bodes very well for them. Cooey on the chat, G scroll to you, and G scroll to all who celebrate. If we're being honest with ourselves, wow, this guy got 2.3 million impressions on the fake swatch. That's crazy. 3.6. Damn, dude. Pivot to watches. Wait a minute. What? What the hell? Dude, what do we got going on here? What? Let's zoom in. Inspect. They've got their flow and their base. Interesting. What's going on here, BZ? What are you doing? Very interesting. Active traders on Monad might want to check their wallets for a little surprise. Oh, did Monad just do a check your wallet? Did Monad do that? That's crazy. All right, gang. It is 8:58. And I'm trying to do myself a favor here because I'm not actually going to log off yet, but I know that it's going to take me a minute to kind of, wind myself down. I'm going to say some shit, whatever. And then by the time I get done, it's likely going to be 9 a.m. So try not to be late for my first meeting. You get the vibes. But I missed you all while I was in the trenches of Miami. But this has been Scroll With Me, episode 152. We've probably done more, if we're being honest, but we're trying to serialize now. So it is Monday, May 11th. My name is Dude Lifts. I'll be back tomorrow. They will likely still be brapping on the roof tomorrow because that's what they do. But we're excited because of the heating and cooling benefits, and it's all good. But with that, my name is Dude Lifts. This has been Scroll With Me. And until next time, I will